Welcome back. I keep saying the same thing every time. Welcome back to another video. That's me, repetitive me, always following a pattern, obsessively following patterns, being obsessive. Okay. So today I have both of them. I had anxiety today, so I felt like I just need some support. And these are my friends, my only friends. Not even exaggerating either.
Oops.
Okay, I'm sorry for the people who see me as friends. I have a couple. Talking about friends, today I'm here to reflect on last week's video because it was just a lot. I had a lot of feedback. I watched myself. It was hilarious, and I just noticed that in a video I wasn't, because also like I'm very I need my own space. I like my own space. Like for example, if somebody sits next to me, I would move and sit over there so nobody's next to me anymore. Like I'm very claustrophobic. I like my own space, and because we were so like close together, I felt a little bit like trapped. So I don't think that my mind was like fully free, even though I was asking him the questions and I was learning. As somebody pointed out, I was taking mental notes very passionately, like but I wasn't allowing my brain to do the usual thing it does, where like it just, you know, because I just didn't have enough space for myself to be comfortable. So I'm back today to just reflect on that video, which then that's going to be interesting because then that's like back to back videos on my channel about oral sex, because next week I will be talking about the female point of view of what what the female wants. And I'm trying to get a guest on. I kind of don't want to because I like to do this on my own, but at the same time I think it's really good to have a second person to kind of challenge you or to add to your point of view, to enrichen the options, or to enrichen the influence, or to enrichen knowledge. So I'm gonna see if I can get a second female to come. My sister has like offered to do it, but I feel a little bit like, I don't know if I want to sit here and talk to my sister about oral sex or what she likes in oral sex. I don't know if I want that or not. Yeah, so that's like the super last option. Anyways, let's get on with this video. So, my view on oral sex for men. First of all, can I just say, right, that I was watching like my videos. Oh, there's something over there that's like needs my attention. One moment, please. Do you need something? Sorry, that was an interruption. So my view on oral sex for men, that's not even what I was talking about, because I was saying that. I was watching my videos the other day. I'm just gonna wait for my son to come back because he's gonna come back and interrupt me again. What took you so long in there? Okay, bye-bye. Anyway, so then I was watching my videos back because I mentioned before in another video that it's like therapy, it's like a Dear Diary, and it just helps me to process my own thoughts. So I was just watching my video and then sometimes I just get a bit like, oh Nayna, why did you go on and on and on? That thing needs my attention again, that's really annoying. 1 second. Anyways, and I noticed that there was an ad. I always have to take a moment so my anger doesn't like rise too bad, because that thing is just really irritating me now. I noticed that there was an advert on my video and I was like, I don't even have an AdSense account. Why is there an advert on my video? And then I went to check that video and it even has like sections in it, and the sections are all correct.
Oops.
And I hate adverts. I hate them. I hate adverts. Okay, ran over. Anyways, if you watched my last video, if you haven't, please go and watch it. It's what do men want in oral sex. For those of you who enjoyed it, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed our conversation. Nars doesn't live in London, so I'll see him whenever he comes to London. At one point, I used to see him every single day, and now not so much. And one day I'll upgrade this channel so then I can have guests and I don't feel claustrophobic, and it will just be like you're all over there and I'm over here and the camera's like way back, and then it's fine because the camera's really close because of the situation here. Because if it was any further back, you would be able to see things that I don't want you to see. So then I'm limited here, and one day I won't be limited, I'm sure of it, and I can't wait for my setup to be upgraded. I just need more space. So let's get into this oral sex for men conversation, because the thing that sticks out for me about my reaction as he was speaking is just how much pride I have. Like, don't tell me what to do. What if I'm not good at this? I'm not gonna suck your if I'm not good at this, thank you, like off. And then also, like, I just realized that I've been very selfish in the past, because I would totally receive, please get on your knees. They're never on their knees. Why did I just say on their knees? Because I'm always laying down, or which somebody asked me to speak about when I talk about oral sex for women, like, do you like to ride people's faces? And there's like a whole conversation to that. But anyways, no, I have had people on their knees, of course I have, because that is very, very nice. Thank you. I don't know if that's just like the dominant side of me that wants to like dominate people. But anyways, the point is that I have been a receiver, and I have been a bit picky about being a giver. And I realized this because I have so much pride. I don't want to be bad at it. And do you deserve it? And am I your slave? Like all of these things. And then talking to Nas and having him say all those things, I'm like, bro, I need to calm down. Like, I need to, especially if I love the guy, like, I need to be able to please him and be open with him and ask him, like, what do you like? And not be so embarrassed at learning something that I don't know. Because for me, I like to learn on my own. Like, I like to turn up great. I like to be like, right, let me go away, let me learn this, and then I'll come back and then I'll give you like the full package. Like, I don't like learning in front of people. No, I don't mind, but in particular things that I want to be good at, I don't know, there's something there that's like, I have pride, and I didn't realize how strong that was until I was watching this video back, and I was like, right, I really do have a problem here. Especially because I don't even have that much experience, and I didn't realize that either. Like, I talk about sexual things on this channel all the time, and I didn't realize that I don't have a lot of experience with giving oral sex. Nope, I don't have much experience at all. People who I have given it to them, they know who they are, and they were lucky that I even tried. Why did I even try on them? One of them was because, like, I don't even know, maybe it's because I don't know why. Some of them got it and most of them did not. And I can count on less than a hand how many people has had my mouth on their penis. And like I said, it's because I was scared of being bad. And just to hear like Naz's point of view of like, oh no, but it's okay and we can learn together and I could tell you what to do, and just hearing his energy, even though like he said a few things that I'm like, I'm not sure about that, but I liked how he was so gentle and nice about it and so forgiving and so like going with it. And I feel like maybe the things that I have watched and maybe the culture that I'm in, like for example, I like hip hop and I like, you know, the urban world. I don't know what urban means anymore. What does urban mean? Maybe urban means modern, I don't know. That I just hear a lot of like crap, and the crap that I hear, I'm like, oh God, like, oh, let me stay away from people. And my brain wasn't quick enough, which is annoying, to understand that there is different men, and those men need education. If they're like not very nice and they're talking in not very nice ways, and there's females as well doing the same, and they don't talk very nice and they do mock people, and then I'm just like, okay, well, that scares me. I don't want to be mocked and stuff like that. So I realized that there was a lot of fear surrounding oral sex for me that I didn't even know I had. And now it's become very transparent. And now I kept saying that I'm going through the stage where I just want to be sexual in all sorts of ways. And so then now I'm glad I had this conversation, because now when I do go ahead and try and suck a penis, I will approach it in this non-fearful way, this open way, because there's no other way that I'm gonna get good at it unless I go and do it.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't want to suck a banana.
What?
Or I don't want to suck a dildo. But maybe I should.
Wow.
Maybe I should. Is that the way that I'm gonna like get around my little brain? I don't have a little brain, I don't want to say that. Is that how I'm gonna get around this pride thing? Is that I'm gonna practice on a dildo and then I'll go to a real man. I'll pick one. I'll be like, you, let me try it. Please don't inbox me and offering me your penis. Please don't do that. So like I said, my history in giving oral has been that there isn't one. Somebody would have had to ask me, and then I would have had to be like, I don't want to do that. This is how it loses air. I just like got rid of loads of air from it. I don't want it to lose air. Sorry, I'm really, there's one particular, not the one who deep throated me, there was another one and I kind of really cared for him, so I did that to him, and I'm just trying to remember what it was like. And yes, he was making sexual noises when I was doing it, but I do remember feeling like, okay, I want to stop this now, I want to have sex. There was nothing in me that was like, oh yeah, let me make him come from this. I was just like, okay, that's enough now, let's have sex. And I'm sure that that's a lot of men do that to women when they're going down on them or when they're touching them. And that's why women get frustrated, is that the men just kind of go, okay, this is enough now, let's have sex. And really, the woman's like, no, please carry on. I don't think I've ever gone down on someone and they haven't made any noises. Like Naz was saying, if they're not moaning, they don't like it. I don't know. Right, so let's talk about the thing that stuck out to me that I was not happy about. Let's talk about deep throating. So I had to really think about this, and I had to really ask a few people about this, because at first when I was listening to him, I was like, God, am I gonna have to like accept this? Am I gonna have to like teach myself to like gag in some princess-like way? Am I gonna have to teach my throat like not to gag and like not to go instead do the noise that he did, like so like coughing? What noise did he do? Like nobody sounds like that when they're gagging, do they? And I don't. I'm like, ugh. So then I was really sitting there next to him kind of thinking like, do I have to accept the gagging? And then this other guy that I spoke to after he watched my video, he said, oh, some girls like the gagging. And then I started questioning myself like, wait, am I supposed to like gagging? I don't like gagging. Even now I'm thinking about it, it's making me want to throw up. Like, it's making me want to throw up. I always link gagging to throwing up, because isn't that what it is? Like when you brush your teeth and you're brushing your tongue and it's like, I don't like it. And look, my mouth is getting hot, like I'm having a bad reaction to the thought of gagging, right? Anyways, so then I was like, right, let me just do my usual thing here. Let me analyze the situation in black and white without like me wanting this or wanting that, and just kind of analyzing it. We have created certain things in life that have been created through unhealthy things. Like for example, pornography. Like sometimes when I watch porn, it really irritates me and puts me off when I know that the woman is feeling absolutely nothing and she's pretending to feel something. What makes it quicker for me, like the process of what I'm doing when I'm watching porn, is when I feel like she's being real and I feel like it's like she's actually feeling the things that she's feeling, but sometimes they're so obvious that they are faking it that it really me off. So then I have to pick another video because I just don't like it. I want to watch something that's real, right? And so then we have created habits in the world that are unhealthy, and we're doing it for unhealthy reasons. And I'm not certain that deep throating is not one of them. I don't know what I just said. I don't know if deep throating is one of those things.
Hey!
Because if you think about it, yeah. Actually, let's turn it around for a second here, right? What if I was to get a banana, and to do this turned me on as a woman, right? So then it turned me on. I want to get a banana and I want to stick it down your throat. And as I'm sticking it down your throat, I'm going to touch myself.
What?
Sorry. So I'm gonna stick the banana down your throat while I'm touching myself, and this is like turning me on, and I'm going to come this way because it's turning me on. How are you gonna feel being the person that has to receive the banana down your throat, trying not to throw up?
Oops!
And I'm gonna like push it even harder and try not to throw up, because this is what it takes for me to like come. And this is what turns me on. I know that you're saying it's not the same, right? Because it's the penis and it's not the banana, and it's like not the same. But I'm saying that you have to endure something that turns me on. Are you gonna do that? Are you gonna let me stick a banana down your throat while I masturbate? Are you going to do that? Or are you gonna feel like that I'm a bit sick and I've got some like sickening habits? And so then I can't help but feel like this is a form of abuse. Stay with me for a second, because I will get past this judgment, I'm sure of it. Is it a form of abuse? So you like to see the woman struggling. God, honestly, I'm starting to get angry here. I didn't realize that I was gonna leave myself here. I don't want to be angry, but it's like, and I'm just thinking, the women who say they enjoy this process of being deep-throated. Okay. So the length of the mouth is definitely not the length of a penis, right? Unless you have a short penis. So maybe it's nice for once in a while for the whole penis to disappear into the mouth, right? And is there different levels of deep throating where it's like, my cat wants to get involved. Let me let him in. Let's show you my uncomfortable cat once again, because you know that he's going to like not want to stay here. Hi, say hi. He's actually quite calm today. And then I let you go and you're gonna go? Bye. Oh no, he's staying on the table. So is there a way that we can, you know, cover the whole penis, meaning it has to go deeper into the mouth for us to cover the whole penis, but let's not abuse that moment, right? Let's not make it into a like, oh, I'm your throat. Let's see it more of like, oh, I'm fitting my whole penis into your mouth. And though I can't do that too much because obviously you're going to throw up, but it's nice for like once in a while for me to feel my whole penis in your mouth. And so then maybe there is a little bit of an innocence to it, that it doesn't mean that it's unhealthy. Because for a moment there, I was getting really upset for a second of like, are you trying to abuse me? Are you trying to like make me into like, do you think that I am some like peasant and you're just like my throat? But no, maybe it's just about fitting the whole thing into the mouth. Can we do that? Can we make that a part of oral sex because it feels good? And yes we can. And let's try and figure that out so then it doesn't hurt me and then I'm just not like because some of the porn when they do it, and I switch that off straight away because it's just like like why would you want a woman and then she like starts to do boss side and stuff like and so then that side of deep throating, abusive, unhealthy, she's proper like suffering. And then there's this side over here which is gentle and it's just more about pleasing you and it's more about fitting the penis into the mouth and getting the full pleasure of your penis being sucked, rather than this abusive, unhealthy thing of the woman being choked to death with your penis. No thank you. No thank you, I don't want that. And so then I think there's a conversation as to like, when does it become unhealthy? When is it healthy? And maybe there is a difference. Okay, I'm glad I got there because I was thinking for a second that I was gonna stay angry. But I will come back with more experience and I will be talking about this again. So then another comment that he made was the over 40s thing, which I thought, let me touch on that. Because honestly, I feel like just like the world is like very negative and we say a lot of negative like and I think that ageism is, and I'm sure that my friend, if I spoke to him about this, he'd be like, no, you're right. And I don't think he meant to be, and he was talking for experience as well. Like maybe he knows a lot of these women who are a bit like salty and a bit like not very kind and a little bit like aggressive and a little bit like not nice. And we can fix those things. And I'm not one of those women and I'll be 40 in 4 years. and I'm not one of those women. So there is space for us to change and ageism doesn't have to be a thing. And for certain, if I've got bad habits in my 40s, they're not staying if I don't like them. No matter how old I am. Yeah. So I don't think he was correct about that. And I just wanted to like kind of say that I feel like we can be whoever we want to be at whatever age we want to be. And we need to stop with this ageism that we do in the world. So as I was making notes on like what to speak about, I realized also that women maybe use giving head as a way to retain the man, as a way to impress a man, like, oh yeah. And I feel like that's a little bit degrading. I feel like that's when I become a bit stubborn, I think that's the image that I get. It's like, I'm not doing this to impress you. I'm not doing this to keep you. I'm doing this because I like it and you're getting pleasure from it. So isn't that good? But I like it, right? I'm not doing this to impress you. And I feel like that's when I feel like a man, I don't know, when I feel like that's the picture, then it starts to get me angry. Like, well, I ain't sucking your then if that's how you feel. I ain't doing it. So then this like wall comes up and maybe there is a lot of that going on. And I could just imagine some people are offering, because I'm not gonna lie, as a female, sometimes I feel like that towards a man where it's like, well, you can do that to me, but that's all that you can do. And that's all that's ever gonna happen. But you could do it if you want. And I know that's a bit cheeky of me, like to have that inside of me. And so then maybe there is a culture where women are sucking penises so then they can keep a man, impress a man, and make herself good enough for the man. And really, that should not be the main reason why a man wants to be with you, basically. Not at all. He should be with you for how he feels about you as a person and how you make him feel as a person and how you make each other feel. And then oral sex and then sexual like experimentations is like this beautiful thing on top of like how you feel about each other. And so then maybe we can like, because there's a guy that said to me like, oh, your video was more like this like emotional thing, like emotional oral sex. And I was like, oh, what are you on about? What else would you expecting from the video? And he was like, oh, more like this like different ways to play and different ways to like experiment. And I was like, oh, and really I wasn't interested in that, because I am interested more in like love and stuff like that. But I feel like there is people who just want to play and people who want to love, and then love comes with all these considerations, all these like, oh, let's be great together. And then playing is like, oh, I don't really care about the growth and the feelings, I just care about the actions and the experimentation. And for me, that's just like, ugh. No. Please go away. But having said that, like I said, as a female, I have also had those thoughts of like, okay, let's play and you can do that to me and then bye. Of course, I've had them very recently. I've had opportunities very recently, I think. Well, I could have opportunities. Of course I could have opportunities. I could just go onto a website, put my profile, say this is what I'm looking for, and then there'll probably be loads of people who would offer themselves to do that to me and then say goodbye at the end of the day. Like, of course I can have that. But it's good for us to be transparent as to what we want to do. Do we just want to play and use people's mouths, or do we want to have a loving experience together where we use people's mouths? And it's funny because the guy said to me, oh, and you could have also spoken about like the woman, you know, dominating the man, and then so she sucks his dick. And I was like, oh wow, so people really have these fantasies of the woman kind of like taking off his belt and kind of like, you know, no words said and da da da. I don't know what I was getting at when I asked, and I was like, do you need somebody to ask you? Because if a man asked me like, oh, can I go down on you? I'd be like, no. But if he teased me and then he ended up there and then he did it, like that's what I want. I don't want him to ask me, can he do that? I want him to get there. But the point I was making is that he has to tease me before he gets there. He can't just be like, boom, yeah, down there. So I definitely don't want to be asked. But this guy, he was like asking, well, he was saying that he thought that I was going to go into like, well, he just thought it would be interesting for me to cover like this whole like dominating thing of like dominating a man and kind of like making things happen. And again, I think this comes like with experience, because first you have to be confident in what you're doing because the end result has to be good. And then the whole dominating thing is just like a way of playing. And then the end result is that you end up sucking. But it's funny that men like this. They want to be dominated. They want you to just push them against the wall. So I've got this picture in my head of like pushing him against the wall and undoing his zipper and then slowly going down. Sorry, because now I'm picturing myself of what I would want, because then you need to slowly go down. You can't just be like, get on your knees and boom. Unless you start to kiss a little bit around it. There's loads of different ways to do it, but the man wants you to dominate him and like, yeah, be confident and yeah, let me do this. I don't know why I'm going like this, because like... Anyways, I am excited for the future. I don't know why. I am excited to do these things. I'm excited to like come back and kind of go, so I've got this down to a T, let me tell you. Women, if you're insecure about this, let me tell you. Like, I'm kind of excited to do that. And my body is calling me to do it, my brain is calling me to do it, so I will be doing it and I am excited for the future. And so then I was asked, asked, like, how do you like to give head? How do you like to give head? See, the problem that I have here is that I have a weird brain. And when I was younger, I used to be like really jealous that I didn't have a penis. And I thought it was really unfair because like I wanted one to play with it. And so then I have this impulsive behavior sometimes. And actually I have it with everything. Like for example, if I pick up the cat, I have to squeeze him. And if I like to squeeze things. And so then like a penis kind of makes me feel like that. And I just want to squeeze it and I want to play with it, but not in a sexual way, even though it can turn sexual. But at first I just want to play with it. And look, I bet you're scared, right? Hey! I bet you're scared like, oh gosh, and I want to play with it. So I do have this problem, and I need to like keep that under control if I'm going to play with somebody's penis. So then when somebody says to me, oh, what do you want to do with a penis? the real answer is that I want to play with it. Not in a sexual way, even though it'll probably end up turning me on, because obviously if you start to wiggle a penis the way that I would want to, and like you're gonna eventually get turned on, and then if I see it go hard, then I'm gonna get turned on, and then it's gonna end up being a sexual play, even though I didn't intend for it to be a sexual play. So that's a hard question, like what do you want to do with a penis? But I want to hold it, for sure. It's really funny because like when I hold a penis and I know that it's turning you on, it turns me on. And so then I start to vibrate in my vagina knowing that you're turned on. Do you know what? I'm gonna leave this for when I become a pro at it, and then I'll just go in fully with what I like and what I do in another video when I have more experience, because right now it's just going to be all this impulsive stuff that that is just, let's not talk about my impulsive behaviors. And I don't know if you took note in the last video, I was like saying to him, but can't I just nibble it a little bit? And I really did mean it, like I want to nibble it, but even though that's probably not pleasurable for you, like I want to, because it's just like nice, it's just this muscle that sticks out and it's a little bit like nice. And so then can't I just do things to it that you probably don't want me to do to it? And maybe it's the same with boobs, like, you know, men who like big boobs and you want to do things with the boobs, and the woman's kind of sitting there going and you're doing all this stuff because like you like it, because you're doing all these impulsive things, and the woman necessarily doesn't like it and you're still doing it. Like, please spend minimal time on my boobs. Maybe other women don't feel like that because they have big boobs and I don't have big boobs, so for me it's like just a little bit of kissing. I'm not sure about the tongue on my boobs, but just a little bit kiss. Onyx, why do you have to scratch everything? And I bought you a scratching mat and you don't even use it, but you go scratching other things. But he knows when I'm like upset with him because he like gets all uncomfortable. Anyways, okay, so yes, if you have any suggestions of what you want me to speak about, please let me know, because this channel is not just about sexual things, it's about all things. And actually I'm excited to talk about, I was looking for I did a video about my depression and I thought that YouTube had deleted it, and I was like, where's this video? But then I realized it was like one of my older ones with a different background, and I had deleted all of those. So I realized that the story of my depression is not even on my channel anymore, so I'm gonna do another one and I'm gonna really go in on like my whole depression, which is going to be like kind of sad. But yeah, I don't just talk about sexual things on this channel, and I am excited to come back for more, but it is going to be about oral sex again next week. So okay, until next time, I will be back with another video. Okay, goodbye.